Did you know that you can run a marathon with an accordion? Well, neither did I until Ljubljana Marathon took place in October of 2025. And another Slovenian was added to the Guinness World Record by running 42 kilometers, which is 21 miles, with an accordion that was 8 kilograms in weight, which is about 17 pounds. Anže Zavrl set a Guinness World Record for the fastest marathon completed with an accordion. And he completed the Ljubljana Marathon in 4 hours, 26 minutes, and 23 seconds in October of 2025. This achievement makes him the first person to run a full marathon playing an instrument. And he played Slovenian folk music. Fun fact, in Slovenian, accordion is harmonika, and harmonica is orglice. Anže Zavrl is actually a part of a musical group called Gadi. They play folk entertainment Slovenian music, and according to him, during a marathon run in Prague, he got this brilliant idea that he could attempt to run a marathon playing accordion the entire time. I think it's one of those awesome moments during runs where you get a brilliant idea. I get a lot of ideas during my runs as well. So as a runner who hasn't completed a marathon yet, but I'm on my way to run my third half marathon, I have immense respect for Anže because running a marathon is difficult enough. Running any distance over 10 kilometers, in my opinion, is difficult enough. But to run a full marathon, which is 21 miles, pardon me, 42 kilometers, that is just insane, while also playing the accordion that weighs 17 pounds, pardon me again, 8 kilograms. I never know which measures to mention because a lot of my audience is from the States, but also a lot of my audience is from not the States, and I'm not from the States, so I'm just gonna say 8 kilograms, 17 pounds, 21 miles, 42 kilometers. It is actually super impressive that he finished the marathon in under 5 hours. Accordions usually weigh between 5 to 14 kilograms, which is 10 to 30 pounds, and this specific accordion was made specifically for this marathon. A company took on the challenge to create an accordion called Maratonica, which it won't make sense in English, but since in Slovenian the word for accordion is harmonika and the word for marathon is marathon, if you put them together you get Maratonica, which I think is the cutest thing ever. It even says on the side Maratonica, which is awesome because for the rest of his life he now has an instrument that will remind him of this awesome event. Not only nobody in Slovenia has ever done that, I guess nobody in the world has ever done that. So this wasn't just a fun experiment, it also was a Guinness World Record. There is no specific data readily available how many Slovenians are actually in the Guinness World Record, but according to Google, as of 2020, we have 23 Slovenians already in Guinness World Record. Well, now we have 24, which for a country of 2 million people, I think is kind of cool. The best part about this is anytime somebody achieves something monumental on international level, the whole country steps together and cheers them on. If you look at the comment section of Anže Zavrl, it is filled with just a lot of positive and awesome Slovenian comments congratulating him and being proud of this achievement, specifically because he purposefully played only Slovenian songs. Another quirky thing about this whole mission is that he announced it at the top of the highest mountain in Slovenia, which is Triglav.
Napovedujem 19. oktobra na Ljubljanskem maratonu, nastavljam in podiram rekord na 42 kilometrov s tem, da ves čas igram harmoniko.
Which is also, I feel like, another way to make this super Slovenian and very patriotic, to go to the highest peak, which is Triglav, which according to a lot of Slovenians, if you haven't climbed it yet, you're not considered a real Slovenian, and some people actually do that a few times a year. I have not done it yet, but I fully plan on doing it at some point. Maybe I'll play an instrument the entire way up. I can play tambourine and cha-cha-cha thingies I don't know how you call them. I call them cha-cha-cha thingies. So the mission behind this was to promote Slovenian music and sports. Slovenia is big on sports. It is actually within the culture that a lot of people, especially on the weekends and in their free time, spend their time outside participating in various sports, whether that be cycling, skiing, running, hiking. It is ingrained within the Slovenian culture to be active. And considering he joined two things that he loves, music and sport, and make such an awesome event where everybody that was running next to him was cheering him on and was excitedly taking selfies with him, I think that's pretty cool. I think it's really impressive that up until that moment, he only ran 3 marathons, so it was on his 4th that he decided to attempt this challenge. So let's talk a little bit about Ljubljana Marathon. Ljubljana Marathon is definitely the marathon that I do plan on running at some point, just because it's also the capital city of Slovenia. This year, the capital got actually flooded with the record-breaking amount of runners from all over the world. It was the 29th NLB Marathon. NLB stands for Nova Ljubljanska Banka, which is the new Ljubljana Bank, so it is official sponsor of this marathon. So just a fun fact, Slovenia celebrated its independence in 1991. So considering this is the 29th NLB Marathon, it tells you how big sport and just general community sport participation is in Slovenia. Since next year, it's gonna be a 30th anniversary of this marathon existing. More than 19,000 runners came to this marathon. This is actually a 2-day event. One has a half marathon, I believe, and then the other one has a marathon. They have a lot of different events. They have 5K, 10K, junior runs. A total of 29,000 runners gathered at the capital on those 2 days. Just as a comparison, on average, Chicago and New York marathons attract 40,000 runners. The population of New York City is over 8 million, and the population of Chicago is nearly 3 million. The total population of Slovenia is 2 million, so that makes it extremely remarkable that that amount of people come to such a small country. And the population of Ljubljana is 300,000. Runners from more than 80 countries showed up at this event. So now let's talk a little bit about why accordion and why not other instrument. Accordion is a staple in folk, traditional Slovenian music. We call that type of music narodna zabavna glasba, which is folk entertainment music, but we also have another name for it, which is goveja glasba, or beef music. Usually the reason why it's called goveja glasba or beef music is because it's usually played on Sundays while you eat beef soup. And this type of music usually features an accordion. It is mainly played in Slovenia, Austria, Switzerland, Germany. So if you've ever listened to any music like that comes from Slovenia, this is the most famous one. And yes, he also played that song. I'm pretty sure he played it multiple times. Over the course of marathon, he played over 100 songs on that accordion. And you might think that this is just a music that Slovenians and Austrians listen to. But one of the biggest musical groups in Slovenia that plays folk traditional Slovenian music, they are actually internationally known. And just on Spotify alone, they have nearly 16,000 monthly listeners. This is the music that is usually played at weddings, festivals, celebrations. There are actually a few bars in the capital and outside of capital that will have specifically this type of music played on Fridays and Saturdays. And so that people go and drink wine and beer while dancing around. Slovenian folk music was also entered into Register of Slovenian Intangible Cultural Heritage in 2017. So now you understand why Anže chose accordion and Slovenian traditional folk music as a part of his experiment/challenge. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a comment what you think about this, and bye!